Well, it's official. Christmas is over, man. These holidays, they just go and come by so fast. And I really believe that we should start looking at life in the same exact aspect as that. Because years go by so fast. Have you ever found yourself reminiscing or thinking about the past? Because I know a lot of times people get stuck. Alcoholics are always talking about the past, so much that they can never focus on the present or the future in which they could create. They're so worried about problems that happen with their family, their friends, or things or mistakes where they've went wrong in life. 2026, New Year's resolution. Every single year for the last 10, 15 years since I was a little kid, there's always been posts about New Year's resolution. New year, new me. What are you gonna do to accomplish your dreams this year, starting now? Are you gonna take action for the first time in your life? Or are you gonna keep saying that you're gonna do things and then sit at home on the couch and work your 9 to 5 and do nothing? Is that really how you wanna live your life? These are the questions you should be asking yourself on a day-to-day basis. I feel the biggest question, especially in a man's life, is how can I make money? How can I better myself? How can I better myself physically, mentally, and financially? What can I do to elevate, make those building blocks, and keep stepping up and up towards a goal, accomplishing my dreams? What can I do? Do I build a website? Do I start a business? Do I invest in cryptocurrency? Do I invest in the S&P 500? Where do I put my money to make me money? Can I even make money with my money if I don't have that much money? These are all questions you should be asking yourself. What type of job opportunities are there? Don't have self-doubt. Don't not believe in yourself. If somebody else is doing it, you can do it. We're all human, we're all capable. We're not robots. Everybody has anxiety, stress, pressure, fears. Everybody has all of this, paranoia, whatever the case may be. We all deal with the same things because we're all humans with feelings and emotions. Don't you understand? The person working at the bank is not better than you. The person selling cars is not better than you. They just know something that you don't know, but you can learn. And that's the beauty of life. If you don't like the position you're in, you can change that. And that's the beauty of life. You know, the more that you better yourself, the better that everything around you will become. That's the beauty of life. What you put in is what you get out. Now, something I've been thinking about lately personally is, you know, if you do what you've always done, then you'll get what you always got. So I could choose to stay with my military job, you know, forever, for the next 20 years, retire, etc. But that's not gonna make me accomplished or feel satisfied in my life. I need to be actively doing something to where I'm not bored, but I feel like I'm progressing and challenging myself on a day-to-day basis. I need my bank account to match the work that I put in, the effort that I put in. I don't want to come home, be lazy, sit on the couch, watch Netflix, eat my food, go to the gym and repeat and have that stuck daily. That's a boring life and it's routine. Then when I get older, I can't even do that anymore. And then if I don't start saving the money now because rent and everything else is so high because of inflation, then what am I gonna do when I'm 50, 60 years old without retirement or without any money saved? I'm not gonna have the life that I wanna live. I'm not gonna be able to provide for my kids or be set. Hell, like what are you gonna do when you're 50, 60 and can't work? My parents right now, they never thought about the future in their life. They were just living their 20s, 30s, you know, partying, and they have a kid accidentally. That's me. You're looking at living proof, but they're not putting these building blocks on top of one another. They're kind of just stacking one here, stacking one there, stacking one there, like their first time playing Tetris. And then what you end up is with a lot of mistakes and regrets. And by the time you're 40, 50, you realize it, but it's too late. Your prime working years are over. You're like, you know what? I should have done less partying with my friends. I shouldn't have made those mistakes. I shouldn't have let my ego and my pride and my arrogance take control of me. If you're a man, you need ego, pride, and arrogance. But you need a balance of humbleness and respect along with those. And that's what will ultimately make you become successful. The biggest thing that separates everybody, and I mean everybody, from being successful and being unsuccessful, it's all about mindset. The way that you view something in your perception, you may be like, I'm never gonna do sales. I couldn't go knock door to door. Yeah, it's good money, but it's not in me. I can't go knock on 50, 100 doors a day. Or, I can't go work at the bank because I don't like talking to people. And if you keep putting self-doubt and telling yourself you can't or you don't want to, the next question I have to ask you is, you're going to be doing a job you don't want to do anyways. So you might as well be doing what's going to get you paid the most so you could do it for the least amount of time. Time is your biggest enemy. It's working against you. Time is money. So where you spend your time is the most valuable. You want to make sure that where you spend your time makes you the most money. That way you can spend less of your time focused on making money and focused on enjoying the fruits of your labor and actually having a good, satisfied life. Now, personally, the only reason I want to do better is not only for me mentally, but because I have my beautiful wife. I have future kids coming in the future. I want a life built to where I don't have to worry about the next day waking up. I don't have to worry about if my rent is paid, if the gas is paid, if my groceries are on the table, if I can provide for I don't want to worry about that. Right now, I'm in a great position to not have to worry about that. But there's always a bill coming. There's always a bill coming. You never know what could happen. Something could go wrong with your family. You may have to help them. Something could go wrong with you. You may have to pay for it out of pocket. You may get in a car crash, funerals. Like, you never know what's going to happen. So even when you save a little bit of money, it seems like there's always somebody pulling it right out of your piggy bank. There's always something there. Might even be taxes for all you know. I find it weird how it works. Car registration. Stakes are crooks, man. They're always trying to get their dimes out of you. Yeah, so saving your little bit of money, you need income where you are set. 5, 6K a month, it's not enough anymore. If you live in California, 100K a year is not enough anymore. 100K a year used to be. Now with house prices and inflation, the average house in California it's got to be at least $500,000-$600,000, and it's for a piece of junk that you would have to remodel anyways, and it's not even worth putting your money to or remodeling or spending the time. You're never even gonna make $1 million. If you made 100K a year, it takes 10 years for you to even gross $1 million. And that's before taxes. After taxes, you may have pulled in 600 grand. Does that make you feel proud? Like, you really have to think yourself, they tax us to death. They take away all the money that you work for, and the more money that you make, you get put in a higher tax bracket, and then they take more out of taxes. If you're making 250K a year, there's no reason why 100K should be going to taxes. When you go outside in public, do you see that money being used anywhere? I always see construction, but what I never see is construction. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no reason that this road or this place should be blocked off for the last year and nothing has changed. Everywhere you go, potholes in the road. But are your taxes really being used for the right things? And then you have to ask yourself, is money even real? It's fiat currency. Then you have to ask yourself, do we even have to pay taxes? Is there a way that we could not do that? And then inflation wouldn't rise either, because really, we control our currency value. All right, I'm getting too deep, getting off track. All I'm saying is 2026, it's time to really think and start asking the questions and applying yourself to better yourself mentally, financially, and physically. Go to the gym, get that job, apply to the jobs, talk your shit. I don't care if you don't have a skill set yet. You need to get on the interview and talk like you have every single skill that they're looking for, every aspect, every personality trait that they're looking for. You need to act like you have it. Stop, well, my name's Dylan and I'm from Slidell, Louisiana, and nobody wants to hear that. Talk with confidence, composure, sit upright, dress nicely. Don't be going to interviews like a bum. Dress nicely. Hey, my name's Ethan. I'm from Slidell, Louisiana. Nice to meet you. How you doing today? Yeah, I got a background in sales. I also do a lot of certifications on the ship. I've been in the U.S. Navy for 5 years now. All I do is qualify and certify students, teach them in classrooms and yeah, see, I suck too. But it's just rambling on about whatever, right? That's the part that I'm trying to get at. But see, what I just did right there was I wasn't even ready. I just went off the top of the dome, but I applied myself and I tried, and that's okay. But it also shows you that practice and repetition is how you perfect what I was just trying to do. Because I never practiced that. But the more you practice, the better you become. And if you've never done something, then you never know if you would be good at it. And usually when you pick something up for the first time, you're not good at it anyway. So how do you even really know what you're good at or what you could accomplish in life if you never even tried or applied yourself in life? You don't. That's the whole goal. Keep working on yourself, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Thank you.